2020. When? Thursday. Thursday, tomorrow. On this campus. Okay, what course? So it's 9 this department, other department. Oh, so you already taking courses in other departments. 你是在管理学院的吗？ Oh, I see. Okay, good. All right. So this is 9, 10, right? See that right now you have 1 class on Monday, right? 1 class on Monday, and then 3 classes on Wednesday. Okay. Let me tell you, this class used to be 4 classes on the road. 8:20 till 12:20, 4 hours. So, and then we decided it's probably too much for the students, okay? I think when it is the 4th period, students like is losing energy and then they probably cannot focus anymore. So then we decided to like move 1 period on the time slot and 3 hours here, okay? But for that 1 time slot, you have 1 time slot on Monday, right? Remember? Monday? So we will open that 1 time slot for each one of you to reserve meetings, okay, like individual conference with all TAs, okay, that's 1 time slot. Because Monday I have other commitments, so I won't be on that Monday. But Thursday noon, okay, do you have anything scheduled on Thursday noon? Noon time, like 12:20 to 1:10. 12:20 to 1:10. It's not mandatory. It doesn't mean that you have to come at each one of you. No. We are just saying that time slot is open. Okay. So if you have anything, right now, for example, so far we have read how many articles? 3, right? Including today's 3 articles, right? Major articles. I think because of those articles, I think most of the articles are electronic files. You did not print it out, right? Interesting, because it used to be the students will print them out, but right now we don't print them out anymore, right? Okay. I think the journal articles truly are difficult to read, okay? But because I really want you to understand critical literacy from the original articles, okay? Although we also provide you condensed version. A more like easier ways for you to understand. Okay. So some of you probably will still feel difficult. Okay, difficult. So if you have to talk to our TAs, okay. So Monday, just sign up and say I would like to meet you on Monday. So we will have TA meeting with you. Where are they meeting you? I think Monday there's a classroom, right? Well, where's the classroom for Monday slot? Do you remember the classroom for Monday? Okay, so it's 402. 402. Is that 402? Huh? What? Monday. I think you have a time slot, right? You have a time slot Monday. You have a time slot for this class, and it's open, right? Usually, normally, we do not meet. But I'm saying that time slot originally is scheduled for this course. So if you have anything, so far we have articles. If you have difficulties understanding the articles, or later on we will work on your writing. You're going to work on your project. You don't know what to write. You don't know where to find relevant articles. We have TAs, and because this year we have bigger size of class, so 1 hour probably wouldn't be enough for you to, for each one of you to ask questions. So we are willing to offer 1 more time slot, and this 1 more time slot is on Thursday. It's tomorrow. Noontime. Because if we want to use other time slots, but probably you have classes. right? You have other, for example, Thursday. Some of you, Thursday afternoon, do you have class? See? Wednesday afternoon, do you have class? See? And then those are the time slots that they are available, or I'm available, right? So I think noon time probably will be a better choice. Okay. And the noon time, I think the best, we will show you the reading lab. This department, we have a reading lab. It's on 6th floor, 6, okay, the same building, okay, the 6th floor. And then if you take a look at the outside label, it's reading lab, 阅读室, something, right? Reading lab. And that's an area that if you reserve the time slot with our TA, then they will be meeting. But you have to reserve the time first, okay? So let's get started from next week, next Thursday. So the TA will give you slots for you to sign up, okay? You could either sign up on Monday or Thursday noon, these two time slots, okay? Later on, when you have a group, okay, later on you're gonna work on your group project, the whole group, you can sign up together. For example, you have 5 people in one group, and then you can sign up, whole group sign up with a time slot with our TA. Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay. Yes, right? Okay, good. So we should be grateful for our TAs because they are willing to offer one more time slot, okay, to offer help, all right? And sometimes if we think it's two-way communication, sometimes you feel like you need help, you'll come to us. Sometimes we think you need help, we'll go to you and say, please come, let's have a conversation. Okay? All right, okay. So again, now this is what we had last week, and I would like to go over to have a quick review to help you recall, okay? And then later on we have a game quiz, okay? I don't want to call it just a game, I don't want it to be a quiz, but it's like a game quiz, okay? For example, let me tell you the truth, okay? All the game quiz, the outcome will be recorded. Will be recorded means 你答对几题，我们后台都有记录。So if, let's say that you didn't respond to any one of the questions, then we might like, oh, 这学生是不是需要我们帮忙？ Okay. We will ask you to come and ask us questions, to ask for help. 那你如果都不来，然后你连续好几次，每次答都没有一次答对的， then we will probably just go and then ask you, do you need help? Okay. So the purpose of this game quiz is just for us to understand how much you understand whether or not you need help. Okay. If you don't come, we will go to you. Okay. All right. So by the way, because for the records purpose, we would like you to use your real name when you are playing the game quiz with us, so we know who the person is. Okay, so very quickly, this is what the article we had last week. Further, okay, one more, 2 more steps, and beyond the text. So it's not something on the surface, it's something beyond the text, okay? Students' perspective on critical literacy, EFL, reading and writing. It's just like us, EFL, English as a foreign language, reading and writing, okay? And so, remember last time I told you about why this professor is from NTU, okay? Professor Huang. She had a question, a big question, and her question is whether if she teaches reading and writing based on critical literacy, from the lens of critical literacy, whether or not her students' reading and writing skills can also be improved. Okay, and why she had this question? Because a lot of told her, critical literacy is only for native speakers, students in English-speaking country, because that's their language. So critical literacy is only suitable for them. Okay? Or some might say, perhaps the critical literacy is only for English majors. Okay? If students' English is not good enough, it's not for them. Okay? Non-English major need to learn how to read, how to write, vocabulary, okay? Paragraphs. Okay? So she had this big question, and that's why she wanted to conduct this research. Okay? So what did she find? Okay? So she had 3 questions. The first question is that critical literacy. So what does it mean for EFL students here in Taiwan? Okay, people have been talking about critical literacy, but what does it mean for the students? How critical literacy helps their reading and writing? She wants to know whether it can still improve their reading and writing. If yes, how? Okay, how? She wants students to share with her how. And lastly, how their literacy improved as a result of the course. Okay, did it really improve? In what ways? Okay, besides reading and writing. Okay. All right. So this is what Professor Huang found out. Okay, the result of her study. So the first one is students shared with her. Critical literacy is like conscious reading. Conscious means they can uncover hidden messages. Okay, if you read it not only for comprehension, but you read it for finding out meanings beyond the text, you will be able to uncover hidden messages, something that you cannot tell from the words, but something beyond. Second one is that critical literacy can really help us to think a piece of reading from many different perspectives. You always ask, so who's talking right now? Whose voice is now being heard? Okay, who should come over here and say something, right? So it's multiple perspectives. And second one is students told her critical literacy can offer them better comprehension. Okay, because when you read a piece of article, you can read beyond the text itself. It can offer you better comprehension. Okay? And thirdly, critical literacy as a reason to write. Okay? Once you have multiple perspectives, everyone has a place, a position to say something. So students feel that they also want to write, say, express their perspective, their viewpoint. So that gives them a reason to write. Okay. Lastly, balancing conventional. Conventional means that we are learning reading strategy, reading skills, writing skills. Those are also important, particularly for EFL learners. We are all still learning English, how to read and write. So lastly, the students tell her it's very important to balance. We still need to learn reading and writing. So in our class here, after we have the idea of critical literacy, we're going to move on to writing. And meanwhile, at the same time, you have already started reading, starting from the week 2. Remember, every week, like you have reading as your solid foundation for your writing. And I will still teach you how to write. I'm not going to say, oh, this is critical literacy. I don't care about how you write. You read it or you write by yourself. No, I'll still offer you guidance and teach you how to do introductory paragraph, how to write body paragraphs, how to do a good conclusion paragraph. I will still introduce those skills, writing skills. Okay? So it's a way for me to balance conventional writing and reading skills and also critical literacy. That's why we have this component. The component is that we are going to understand critical literacy theories. We are going to read and write from critical literacy's perspective. And I think, personally, this study was conducted in, I think 2010 or 11. It was published in 2011. So I think this course, Professor Huang's course, probably took place 2010, and it was 15 years ago, right? Long time ago, NTU already started critical literacy reading and writing. Our department started this critical literacy, I think, about 3 years ago. 3 years, almost 3 years, and 2 English majors. And it started 15 years ago, 2 non-English majors. Okay, but I think things have been changing quite a lot. Here, although we've only started 3 years ago, but we add one more component. That is, and I think it's something that Professor Huang later on, she added on later. But 15 years ago, she didn't have this component. And this component is called taking action. Taking action. It's that based on the results of your reading and writing, all the learners will decide to take action to respond to the issues, taking social action. Okay, so that's what we are going to have after your reading and writing. Okay, all right. So that's the review. And okay, so and then very quickly, earlier, do you still remember all these terms? We have this look at 3 weeks, right? 4 resources model. We have co-breakers. Okay. We have text participants. Okay. We have text users. Learn how to use. And then critics. Also need to raise questions from many perspectives. 这个可以吗？ So far so good, this far. Because we have been reviewing many times. Okay? If you understand, I think I hope by reviewing so many times, you can really get to know these 4 concepts. Okay? But we add 4 more concepts, similar, overlapping, but a bit different. Why? Because right now what we read, we do not only read print, hard copies, okay, of books, or only words, even it's digital words. We also read moving images. We read videos, okay, multi-modal texts. Like today, we will be showing you a multi-modal news, okay? So when we need to read multi-modal text, okay, we will need to learn how to navigate. Last week, some of you told me, navigate, what does it mean? Navigate. When you look at this word, this verb, navigate. Have you learned this word before, this verb before? Navigate. So when you say you read like a navigator, it's like you go this direction because you try to manage yourself and try to understand. So that's navigator. And why do you have to navigate? Because when you are reading a multi-modal video, sometimes it's video, it's written, right? It's images, pictures, and photos. So you have to navigate. So you read as a navigator, okay? You also read as interpreter, okay? A lot of times, right now, nowadays, 你们有好多东西我都要写. What does that mean? Okay, you probably get an image, huh? What is this? Okay, I have this kind of conversation with my son. Okay, whenever he sends me an image, each time I just have to ask him, I have to return back and say, what does this mean? Okay, I need to interpret. Okay, sometimes I guess, and I ask him, is this what you mean? Okay, so I need to interpret, try to understand what it means. Okay? And then designer, we talked about this last week, right? Right now, I don't think you read from the first word till the last word. And I don't think you watch a video from the first second till the end of the last second. You design, right? Sometimes you quickly go over the headings, the headlines, the titles, subtitles, and then you decide, this I know, this I know, this I know. So I started from here. Or, but this is me, you read again, again, again. So you are designing your own reading, but try to make sense. So you have to design, okay? Sometimes you just have to tell yourself, I need to read it first, probably this time from the images, okay? Is that what you do? That's usually what I do, right? If there are many images, I take a look at all the images first, okay? And then I probably started from something I'm curious about. So I am designing my own reading, okay? And lastly, interrogator. Okay, this is what we have been emphasizing again, many times in this class. Interrogator interrogates. Interrogate means. What does this word mean? You ask question. If you start, 是吗？对吗？是这样吗？ You interrogate. 真的吗？是这样吗？ Okay, so you interrogate. Okay. So, okay, so it's like 4, we have this 4, and then we expand to these 4. Why? Because right now you are not only reading the written text, you are also reading multi-model texts. So we have these 4. Okay, 好了哈，那我们开始玩了，好，认真玩哈。OK， 然后用你的真名哈，如果你需要帮忙，我才会找到你。Oh, did she send you an email? Oh. One more, please. Okay. Okay. Could you talk to your group member very quickly? Give them a sense. 为什么 critical literacy is not equal to critical thinking？ 因为我们还有4个，可能就散播在某一组的里面。对 ，talk to your group member. Why critical literacy is not equal to critical thinking？ 对不对？你们小组讲一下，快点，就帮一下那4个同学。上礼拜有讲过哦。But why critical literacy is not equal to Yeah. And that good? Okay. And that good? 你们很OK 啊。等下礼拜我如果在这一次这个再问一次的话，我们全班如果下礼拜有33个都会答对，对不对？啊，如果没有，你要怎么办？哦，没有那么残忍，要的连做法。No, I'm just try to help you be cautious. 搞不好你就是不小心按错了哈。OK， 好，开始弄了。OK， 我是不是应该把那个 article 拿出来？Remember the first article we read？ 那个 article 叫什么 ？What's the title of that article? It's a way of being and doing, right? I have been saying this a lot, right? It's not only about who you are, but also what you do. So that's why in this class, after your critical literacy writing project, you are going to take action because that's a way you do it, because that's the way how you show, okay, how you live, how you do, what you do, okay? 好，这7个同学，老师假设你不小心按错了哈。好，我们还是有7个同学 ，OK。Alright, critical literacy pedagogy. Pedagogy means teaching and learning, 教学法 right? Critical literacy pedagogy. This word means teaching and learning, 教学法 has been practiced in many non-Western countries. This is 我们不是西方国家嘛，对不对？ And we have been practicing critical literacy. And I told you 15 years ago, 台大就开始了 right? So it has been practiced in many non-Western countries. Okay? 可以哈 Alright. 下。Okay, because critical literacy is not, I think it's a concept, it's an idea. So we cannot say, oh, this is only for higher education. I think even little kids, you can still ask them or, like try to ask them to look at things from different perspectives. Okay, it's not only, oh, critical literacy is for adults. I think it's also that kind of thing. 那是一种想法。Even little kids, they can be cultivated with multiple perspectives too. 小孩子可不可以问这种问题？你觉得爸爸比较对还是妈妈比较对？或是你觉得一定要这样想，或是那样想？那 little kids, you can still ask them to think in different ways. Okay, all right. Who is Doris? Yu. Where are you, Doris? Okay. What's your last name? Yu. Okay. Okay. 这个好像我上礼拜好像也问过哈 ，right? OK， 因为我们这个单元结束之后会有一个测验，然后一定会 recycle 这些 questions， OK， 所以然后这些 couple questions have been also not yet， 哈 ，OK。So first of all, I think you need to understand that word, that keyword. 可能你答错是因为你不知道这个 keyword what it means. Neutral means what? Neutral means you always stay in, 不偏不倚 in the middle. 哦，这样也可以，这样也可以，这样也对，这样也对，都不要有意见，不偏不倚。So this is neutral. And I think it's totally opposite. I think critical literacy is not about who is right, who is not right. I think it's about looking at things from many different perspectives. And then there's always, when you read a piece of article, the article author, this, she or he always has an intention, right? 他一定有个目的，就是 I hope my reader can believe this way. I hope my reader can see things in this way. So there's always a purpose. When you have a purpose, you are no longer neutral because you have a purpose. Okay? 这个概念可以吗？这样解释可以懂吗？那6个同学希望你们这样解释有懂 ，OK？ 好像有一直那种重复那6个是不是都一样的人 ？I don't know， 可是我可以 check，OK？ 好，就是这个概念懂吗？就是 neutral， 就是什么都保持中立，都没有什么特殊想法，这个可以，那可以，这也对，那也对，都可以，都可以，都可以。No， OK？All right，next one。Critical literacy is a way of being who you are and doing what you do, 对不对？所以 about living and about learning, yes. Okay, you take these ideas into your living, into your learning. So the answer should be all of the above. All right, good. Where's Chen Ning? Oh, good. We are just, if you want to pick one, okay, we'll pick a more appropriate one. Okay, critical literacy, which is not true. Okay, let's take a look at what critical literacy should be viewed as a lens throughout the day. Is that you have a perspective. Okay, so you have this perspective when you live, when you do anything, you have this perspective throughout the day. That's what it means. So that's this one. Yeah, got it. 哦，好，先做这条。 That's what it means by learning to be judges. 好，可以回到上一题吗 ？OK。好 let me explain this one because a lot of people, we have 11 students thinking this is not the answer. Why this is not true? Critical literacy is a topic to be covered or a unit to be studied. 它的目的不是要让你来干嘛？好像当做一篇 chapter, 一个 book 或是一个 article, and then you study. It's not for studying. It's critical literacy is a way of being in who you are and doing what you do. Okay, critical literacy is who you are and what you do. So it's not about 来这个 article 给你读，不是在读那个 article 就叫做 critical literacy. It's what you look at the world and what you do every day. Okay, you are always 你看新闻，你会觉得你看新闻你会想说，这个新闻到底想要给我干嘛？他想要让我相信什么？你们不会觉得这样吗？你只要转到这一台，永远都有一个角度；你转到这一台，永远都是这个角度，对不对？你想要让这个好，它播的都是好的；你走过去，你想要让它不好，它的镜头拍的东西、说的话，全部都是不好的。So right now we are at college, so we need to be cautious about what we are reading. Okay, so it's every day. It's not an article to study. It's the way of how you live in the world. Okay. 好。后来660Joy, is it 甜 简 sorry 简啊。It's not, right? It's not. 其他这三个不是都是我们在练习的吗？就哪一个 ？Critical literacy is not only conventional literacy. It's more. Conventional literacy is only about reading and writing skill. Okay, so it's not conventional literacy. It has something more. 对 ，so 这要平衡就是要 conventional literacy and also critical thinking. Okay. Where's Bella? Oh. Before we move on to today's article, okay, I'm going to talk about, do we have, build up some ideas about critical literacy. Okay, so we have no more journal articles， 不用再读那个。我跟你讲哈，你们如果觉得读起来很生涩，然后有时候真的不知道在读什么，那样就表示你是正常的。Okay， 正常的反应应该是要这样 ，because it's truly not easy at all. Even for some of my graduate students, okay, it's difficult. 但是老师就是觉得让你们先看一下人家原来在讲的时候他们是怎么讲 ，OK？ 那在课堂上我再用比较简单的语言告诉你们，其实真正他想要表达就是这些意思。所以如果刚刚那个卡库2个礼拜的卡库的 question 是真心懂的，不是只是为了把答案选对，你是真心懂，那我觉得你就 don't worry, then you don't have to worry. OK？ 如果你现在心里都还要觉得说不行。怎么办？我没有每一个字都懂，然后呢一整段也都不知道在干什么。Okay, please do stop worrying. Okay, because my purpose is not to worry you. My purpose is just want you to take a look at how other people theorize 他们是怎么讲这个 critical literacy. 那但是我们在大学电考里面懂，如果这些 idea 你都有懂，就基本的一些概念都有，那这样就可以。因为我的目的也不是要难死你们，然后让你们觉得 frustrated. That's not my purpose. OK， 好，那可以把它变大吗？好 ，you will look at next week. We do not have journal articles, but you will need to respond on some of the questions here. When you look at the questions, okay, the question is that you remember Three Little Pigs? Do you remember Three Little Pigs? Okay, you read these two versions of Three Little Pigs in the very first week before you have started learning anything about critical literacy. Remember? Okay. Now, right now you have already studied critical literacy. I want you to go back and to read Three Little Pigs, these two versions, one more time. Okay, and then after you are reading. After you are reading, you are going to answer the same questions. Okay, these are the same questions. The first question: you have studied critical literacy theories and research. Please write down what came into your mind when you were reading the two versions of the story. The same question, but the difference is that when you first respond to the question, you haven't started critical literacy yet. But right now you have the ideas about critical literacy. Okay, so I want you to share with us what came into your mind. Okay, so that's the first question. And let me give you some word, 150 to 200 words, because some of you like to ask me how many words. Okay, so this is the word count. Okay. The second question, okay, now you have studied some critical literacy theories and research from a critical literacy perspective. So right now you need to address the question from a critical literacy perspective, okay? Which version of the story would you choose? Remember last time I also asked you to choose one out of the two. But right now you have the idea about critical literacy. So which version would you choose to read the story to a group of first-year Taiwanese college students majoring English? 一样的题目 ，OK？ 但是 what are the reasons for your choice? Okay? So please elaborate. Okay. So far so good questions? 对哈，好。比较精彩是在后面，你一定要做完前面那2题哦，因为你没有做前面那2题，没有办法做后面这边。后面是这个 ，so that now you need to finish the first two questions in order to address the following questions. Okay, so the following questions, please compare similarities and differences. Compare and contrast. Okay, I want you to compare and contrast your responses submitted on September 5th and October 4th. September 5th, it's the very first day of this course. Okay, you read the 2 versions of Three Little Pigs before studying critical literacy. October 4th? Is it today? No. It's next week. Okay. I think it's next week. Okay. It's okay. Is it before and after? Okay. So I want you to, did you choose the same version to read? Did you choose the same version to read? Okay. It's all, if yes or no. Okay. But you got to have your reason. Okay. You have your own reason. And then I also want you to go back. Do you know where to go back to your response? 在 Moodle 上面，还记得吗？你们教的东西在 Moodle 上面。You probably need to recall. 你们在写前面的时候，先不用去想你上次写什么 ，forget about it。你就是写这一次，专注这一次的，你不要两个混在一起看，这样会影响到你的下一次。OK， 你就两个上一次写你就不要管，你先不要回去看，然后你把前面那2题写完之后，你再来看你上次是选什么，上次你是想什么。OK， 然后这一次你已经有这些概念之后，你在想什么？然后你选的是哪一个？你会这样选，一定有理由的，对吧？好，然后你比较一下之前你的理由是什么，那这一次你的理由是什么？大概今天目的就是在这样，你自己看你自己，你觉得你之前为什么选什么？为什么？那你这次在选什么？为什么？And then， 好，然后老师问的是说 ，Do you think studying critical literacy theories and research has made some impact on your reading and your choice？ 你觉得有不一样吗？然后最后你自己再想一想，反正目的就是让你自己回去想一想。你一开始打的时候什么都不知道的时候，你再想一想。现在你已经有一些概念，你又在想什么？好 ，OK， so that's the purpose. Okay. So next week, one more time, no more journal readings, but you will respond to this. Okay, and I think the submission time is still Monday, 10 p.m. Okay, our TAs will remind you the submission time. Okay, good. Let's take a break.
我有一次有打，就是一下下就没下，他就还不够自由，才能有。可以退波之后还是剩下。但是也在打。
这种 看这食谱，我没有火鸡肉饭，哪有鸡肉饭？高中的那个。太扯了，下街
本来是水山，后来太难了，那个超越。
然后再看一下另外一期，另外一期就是莱尔富，还有热西，还有这4、5个区。
看的感觉。
谁？
我觉得这个课它有点太过于
对，就不往后看，然后下一个厨房。对。
然后没人吃啊。
上没有。你有吗？我也有。你有没有做？做呀。
大概节约10几分钟，然后走对10几分钟，所以可能半个小时内。你们这些是哪一届？好，你们会每个礼拜都？
我是同学。
但是他有。
我去年是
就专业。
我是专题。专题是另外一个。
你那个节目是考试。
对啊。
很小，我有这开的人。
主要是2个。
这样很帅的。啊，全部一致，然后这里。
他还有问答。
对，来看哪个还是我的。
我完全靠运背。你们觉得学测跟模范
都写过，就是学生
比较多的。
但我觉得学测但我们午餐两个要拿起来好，就是不会同学会觉得这个，然后我们再回来吗？
哦，你说
对，他就简单，那没关系啊，收不了就收啊。每次买，我跟你讲，我真的哦，我也都有买，比较
我也没听说。
哦，你那个都是你妈知道，这个我们是对。
但他考3样的时候，
就把写
不用很高就行了，
就不用买。一个前错，然后其他的也会错。他也不能出一个这样的里面。
而且那一场错一个是会，对，
这